On the night of October 31st, 1976, Memphis was enveloped in a thick, bone-chilling fog. Like the breath of souls yet to find peace. Graceland, the legendary home of Elvis Presley, usually warm beneath golden lights, now turned eerie under the Halloween moon. 100-year-old trees rustled their withered leaves, the wind howling through the iron gates like whispers of old rock and roll melodies. Souls that had never truly left their king. The air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth mingled with the fragrance of roses from the backyard garden, where Elvis once sat alone, singing sorrowful ballads under a starlit sky. Elvis, 41 years old, sat in the jungle room with its lush green carpet and growling lion statues. He wore a long black cape, his face gaunt from years past, his deep blue eyes carrying an unspoken sadness. Beside him was Lisa Marie, his 9-year-old daughter, dressed as a little princess, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Daddy, are there real ghosts tonight?" she asked. Elvis smiled sadly, stroking her hair. "Yes, darling, but good ghosts. We'll invite them and give them a bit of happiness." He held a glass of water. Not pills he was trying, even though his body was weary from years of touring and long, lonely nights. Elvis remembered his childhood in Tupelo on Halloween when he was 10. His family was so poor, they had no money for candy. His mother Gladys sewed him a ghost costume from old fabric, and he ran through the neighborhood, singing Blue Moon to trade for a few sweet pieces. "That was the first Halloween I felt music could bring joy," he told Lisa, his voice warm but laced with regret. Now, he wanted to recreate that, not for himself, but for children enduring poverty and loss like he once had. He called his manager Joe Esposito. "Joe, tonight we open Graceland's doors. Invite the kids from the Memphis orphanage, from the poor families hit by the Mississippi floods. No tickets, no money. Just let them come with smiles." Joe worried Elvis. "Your health." But Elvis cut him off, his voice resolute like a vow. "This is the last Halloween. I can do this. Let me." Buses carrying over 100 children stopped at Graceland's gate. They wore homemade costumes, ghosts from newspaper, witches from old scarves, superheroes from torn t-shirts. Their eyes widened at the sight of the legendary home. A black boy named Tommy, 10 years old, clutched an empty candy bag, his eyes red from losing his mother in last year's flood. A girl named Sarah, 8, in a torn princess dress, held a toy guitar. Her father had been a street musician, now hospitalized with illness. Elvis stood at the door, in his glittering white suit with a spooky cape added, a half-mask hiding his fatigue. He opened the door, his voice warm and echoing. "Welcome, little souls. Welcome to the castle of rock and roll." The children cheered, running into the garden where a massive candy table waited, pumpkins carved with Elvis's face, and a small stage set up with eerie neon lights. Elvis led them into the music room. He sat at the old piano, playing Teddy Bear slowly, the cheerful melody carrying a touch of melancholy. The children sang along, their laughter chasing away the chill. He told stories, his voice gentle. "Long ago, I was poor. Halloween meant just one candy from a neighbor. But music is free. Sing to forget the sadness. A little girl cried, missing her mother. Elvis pulled her into his arms, whispering, "Your mum's ghost is watching. Sing for her." The room's lights dimmed, only candles flickering. Elvis sang Unchained Melody, his voice trembling with emotion, the high notes resounding like a prayer. Tears rolled down the children's cheeks, not from fear, but from feeling the love from the man before them. He paused, looking around the room full of innocent faces. "Tonight, I'm giving everything candy, toys, and money from my own pocket to the fund for poor children. You are the reason I sing." Tommy, the orphaned boy, stepped closer. "Mr. Elvis, I like to sing, but I have no guitar." Elvis smiled, pulling a small guitar from the corner. "This is yours now. Sing, so your dad can hear from heaven." Sarah strummed a few clumsy notes on her toy guitar to Heartbreak Hotel. Elvis listened, his eyes welling up. "You remind me of my own father. He played guitar on the streets, dreaming of fame one day. He gave her a silver bracelet engraved with 'Dream, keep this, and dream big.'" The garden stage exploded as Elvis invited the legendary Soul's friends dressed as icons. Priscilla in a spooky red dress, Johnny Cash with a black guitar, B.B. King with Lucille. They sang Ring of Fire in a haunting melody. Fake flames rising around the stage, but not scary, just enough for the kids to laugh and play. Elvis spoke of his mother Gladys. She passed in 1958, but on Halloween, she always returns in my dreams. She taught me that kindness is the real magic. He sang Don't Be Cruel just for her, his voice choking, tears streaming down his cheeks. Lisa Marie Ronstadt, hugging her father, harmonizing on Love Me Tender. Father and daughter gazed at each other, time seeming to stand still. A rare family moment amid Elvis's life of stage lights. Tommy stepped up, voice shaking. "Mr. Elvis, my dad taught me to sing before he died. I'm afraid I'll forget the words." Elvis handed him the mic. "Sing, little soul. Your dad is listening." Tommy belted Hound Dog, clumsily but with heart, the garden thundering with applause. Elvis hugged him, whispering, "You did great. This real guitar is yours to carry on your dad's dream." Sarah played Heartbreak Hotel on her toy guitar, her small voice resilient. Elvis cried, wiping his eyes, "You take me back to my Sun Records days. I'm giving you a music scholarship to learn piano, guitar, whatever you want." Red lights blazed. Volkspredigt. Elvis sang Suspicious Minds like a farewell to life. His voice powerful, yet full of emotion. He knelt before the children, handing a $50,000 check to the orphanage representative. "This is for new homes, warm meals, your dreams." The children rushed to hug him, crying with joy. Elvis whispered to Lisa, "Darling, Daddy's tired, but tonight was worth everything." He stood, singing an acoustic "If I Can Dream," his voice echoing under the starry sky. The children joining in, their voices blending into a chorus of hope. As the night grew late, Elvis vanished into the fog, leaving one final message: rock and roll never dies. Kindness never dies. This Halloween, give like the good souls. The children left with full candy bags, new toys, and warm hearts. In 1977, Elvis passed away, But every Halloween, the wind at Graceland still carries his melody, a reminder that the king sang not just with his voice, but with a heart of pure gold. The story of Halloween night in 1976 proves that even in darkness, kindness can light up the world. Elvis didn't just give the children candy and music, he gave them hope, faith that tomorrow could be better. If this story touches your heart, remember, every act of kindness is a good soul returning. Have you ever brought joy to someone in the dark? Share below.